potentially building a rail trail or converting the corridor to a rail trail. And our focus, while we're working with other towns, our focus has really been on the issues that Medfield specifically will have to deal with in potentially building this out. So what I want to do in the next few minutes is give you a highlight for the categories that we're looking at, the types of issues that we're looking at, and where we have made some progress, sort of an overview of what we know to date. And you will find in the report that's being passed around right now and is available online, I think there's a link at the end of the presentation, a lot more detail behind most of these for where we are. As Christian said, we're probably, we think, at 50% of the way through. I don't think any of us coming into this knew exactly how much we would learn about converting a railroad to a trail. And it's a lot more than certainly I expected, but it's certainly interesting along the way. So as you know at this point, the railroad in the right-of-way right now is owned by the MBTA, and the current plan is for the towns to lease their portions from the MBTA. So that would be something along the lines of a 99-year lease at a $1 a year. Is the dollar a year? Is that right? Something like that. So it's a very, very low-cost lease and a great way for the MBTA to hand the property over to the towns. There's certainly some issues, and we were discussing some of them at the beginning of the meeting before we get started, that we need to consider and find an approach to as it relates to the lease from the T. The first and most important one is that the MBTA requires that the town either cover the T with insurance or indemnify the T for any liability to specifically environmental hazards or environmental contamination that might be found along the line. So that's an area we've looked into quite a bit, and at this point we feel that the best option is for the towns to acquire insurance to cover themselves in the event that there is some contamination along the lines. We've done some homework, and you'll find some research in the report about it really gets at the likelihood that there's something there, and we feel that the likelihood is relatively low, although it's not gone altogether. It's possible that something could be along the lines that we find. Certainly in the active railroad bed, trains running back and forth for years, there's a lot of little things you can find in that area. So along the lines of insurance, the towns would effectively pick up an insurance that covers us for 5 years. And the good news here is that there's a state program, the Brownfield Redevelopment Access to Capital Program, BRAC program, that will help cover the cost and roughly 50% of the cost of that insurance policy. And so that's a really nice thing that will help us defray some of the cost in doing that.